Alrighty, let's start today off with USD CAD. Now, mind you, I'm picking the pairs that you send me, okay? So I'm just kind of going through everything, gauging, and picking the majority of what you guys want. Not only that, we do have high impact news, quite a few actually, on CAD pairs, okay? On CAD pairs and USD pairs. So pairs that will be crossed with USD and CAD pairs will be affected tremendously, but this will be happening later in the US session, so something to just be careful of, okay? So starting with this, we have our sell zone, which is an engulfing buy that failed, price came back, closed within, created this first engulfing sell. Then we also have our second engulfing sell. So this, you have the complete ABC, or what I call HLZ, or a high liquidity zone. Okay, then our buy zone is an engulfing sell that failed. Now, why am I using this and not this engulfing buy? Is because I want the most premium price the price could test, right? If I were to take this engulfing buy, that's also not wrong because this candle is very, very strong. But the fact that after this sell fail, price still in this H4 tapped through the key level over here to gain buyers over here before the next H4 opening and shooting up. Okay, so I want the buyers from here because they were the one who started, even though it's not immediate, but as soon as everybody saw, they just kicked in and shot up like this. So that's why I'm marking this engulfing sell that failed. Okay, I have my key levels in already, so what can we CAD do? Okay, USD CAD, oops. Current price, if it comes into our sell zone and respects it, meaning H4 cannot break above, because once it breaks above, then there's a potential it might want to test a higher area. Okay, but if it doesn't, then we can try to find a sell potential in our key level for a drop back down. Okay, if the H4 decides to break above our zone, then we can either wait for the next sell zones like this, or we wait for the price to retrace back into our key level for the opposite direction. Okay, potentials of the buy setups. Vice versa, if it drops into our buy zone and respects that, then potentially we can look for a buy back up. If it breaks down low, it might want to test a lower area, so you can either wait for the next buy zone or wait for the price to retrace back into our key level to look for a sell opportunity. Okay, since these are H4 zones, where do you find your entries? M5 or M15, but always go with the M15 first because that's the higher time frame. Okay, the higher the time frame, the more pips that you may collect, or the more pips that may move, the more movement, the more power you have. So try to find a setup in M15 first. If you cannot, then that's where you switch down to M5 to get a more precise entry. But either way, if you have both aligned, meaning you can find setups in both M5 and M15, the higher your chance at winning the trade. Okay, as long as it aligns with the H4's direction. Okay, next we go to USD JPY. Okay, USD JPY current price is just kind of floating in the middle, and for some time now it's just been going in a sideways around here after creating this sell fail. Right, I'm using this as a sell fail because this is an indecision candle again, which is very subjective to other people. You can use it, you cannot, but I see a potential here because when price came in, it left a wick. So of course there should be buyers over here, or there must be something here, and if I look towards the left, I can see that this is a doji candle. So that's why I'm using this as an engulfing sell that failed for the potential buyers over here that I can monitor for a potential buy setup that I can catch. Okay, and our sell is this engulfing sell that the price has tested in the zone but has yet to test the key level. Why am I marking this engulfing sell? Because other engulfing sells are just here. Okay, this is not where I want to be trading because there's no proper breakout. It's just going in a sideways, and I want something that is either from the top or I can use it to continue. Okay, so what do I do, or what can UJ do? We look for the potentials. If H4 drops into our buy zone and respects it, meaning H4 does not break below, then potentially we can catch a buy back up. But if it breaks below, then there's a chance for it to test a lower area. Vice versa, if it comes into our sell zone and respects it, then potentially we can look for a sell back down. But if it breaks above, then there's a chance it might want to test a higher area, like this. Okay? Now, SLs, again, please, especially for those who do not know where you're going to exit or where you're going to cut loss, what's the maximum you are willing to lose, please set your SLs, okay? This will help you manage your losses, right? Because you cannot just float and keep on floating just to hope, right? Fingers crossed, hope that it will just come back. Sometimes the market does not do that because nobody controls the market. So what do? You control your account, you control your losses. If it hits something, if it hits SL already, you're out of the trade, you look or you wait for the next opportunity. Okay, so that's why do not overtrade. Continue with your plan, follow your plan, and be disciplined by it. Okay, next. Last but not least, GA. Okay, the zone's quite big, but it's okay. We have our buy zone, which is an engulfing buy that failed. Price came back, created this first engulfing sell. Then we have an engulfing buy meets an engulfing buy. Okay, so current price is in our sell zone, but we're going to wait for it to come into our key level, right? So for people who are looking to trade, I will just tell you that I'm going to be monitoring. The thing is, I'm quite busy today, but if I'm on the charts when this happens, then great. So on M15 in the key level, how perfect is that? Okay, we have an engulfing buy, failed, price came in, created this first engulfing sell. So we have an EFEG in this sell zone, or in the sell key level. So what I'm going to do is wait for the price to come back. I want the price to close within and create an engulfing sell to confirm that there are still sellers, right? Then I'll enter. Because after I enter, either the price follows in a sell direction or it can also shoot up and break my zone. But either way, if I follow the plan, I cannot lose every single time. Okay, same thing, I cannot win every single time because the market gives you chances. Everything is a game of chance. All right, so this is what the first zone that I'm going to monitor for a potential sell. Not only that, I will also be monitoring this. Okay, it's an engulfing sell, meets a sell, meets the sell, meets, actually this broke. So let's adjust. Oh no. Let's realign my key level. And there we go. So I could not take this engulfing sell because this candle broke. So I just have to adapt it because it's still very much a sell. Okay? So we have an engulfing sell over here. Price came back in, closed within, and created the second engulfing sell. So not only do you have an EFEG, you also have an engulfing sell meets an engulfing sell. So the sellers are quite strong and they're trying to stack each other up. So now I know that if the price decides to break this EFEG zone, I still have this engulfing sell meets an engulfing sell as my last line of defense if I want to sell. Okay, so either the price can close within this zone or just close a bit above the key level to still respect this. As long as it closes within and create an engulfing sell, then there's your chance in entering the market. Okay, but now let's talk about that. You already know where to enter. You already know where to set SL. Where do you set TP? Okay, where do you set TP? Now, you can either set, if you're someone who's comfortable with 10, 20, 30 pips, as long as you get your daily target profits, then that's great. Okay, for me personally, I like to enter and then TP at the next key level, meaning I will TP just right above or before the next key level. Some people like to TP right above the zone of the AH4, right? Because sometimes you can see that the price will tap into the zone and react a little bit before dropping into the key level. So some of you like to TP before the next zone, which is also not wrong. Now, not only that, you can also TP at market structures, meaning if you are able to catch a sell over here, you TP at the support, so on and so forth, right? So you'll have your TP1, your TP2, and also probably your TP3 over here because it has an engulfing sell, failed, meets an engulfing buy. Okay, so you can do by market structure also, but again, it is completely up to you and how you manage your account. Okay, how you manage your account. You don't have to follow other people. Pick something that makes you feel at ease. Okay, trading shouldn't be hard, so let's not make it hard. So that's it for the 3 pairs. Please trade smart, trade wise. Don't rush. It's only Tuesday. We have got a full week ahead of us. Okay, so talk to you soon.